Pax Online is live right now for 8 days from September 12th to September 20th. Now, one of the games they released for players to play right now is called No Place For Bravery. The game will be released sometime in 2021, but as of right now, we have a decent length demo that will last the entire duration of Pax Online. It's similar to the fact it's only limited because of the pandemic, so normal content creators who originally would have went to Pax this year would have played firsthand. So of course, this year will be very different. So today's video, I'll be discussing a couple key features this game has to offer during my demo playthrough of No Place For Bravery, which is a top-down 2D RPG game that is very hard and very brutal to players. It's almost similar to Sekiro or any of the Souls games, but it's not slow like the Souls games, and it takes more of a Bloodborne approach, like parrying and dashing away to dodge. Not much of really using your shield a lot. You only use it so much, but your stamina bar will drain very quickly. So the story is quite short in a way. The synopsis of it is really not that long. You play as an old warrior by the name of Thorn, as he was training with his daughter named Leaf, and she gets captured by an unknown force, and now Thorn, as he struggles with past demons, he searches the dangerous lands searching for his daughter while his son Phid tags along with you. So let's go into the meat and potatoes of this video, which will be the gameplay, which by far it exceeded my expectations of the game. The gameplay will heavily remind you of Dark Souls in a way, so that the yellow bar that represents our hero's defense and getting hit or defending for too long will actually break your guard. Once an enemy is finished, you can execute a finisher, because when enemies' health reaches 0, they're not officially dead, so you must execute them on the spot. Now, throughout my playthrough, this game can be difficult, and I mean very, very difficult. The game sucked. It's like, it doesn't suck, but it sucked for me. But I had so much fun playing this game. The game does have a parrying system, as I mentioned earlier, and as well as enemies have 3 different attack types, which are light, medium, heavy. Light attacks doesn't have a warning nor a white glow, but it can be parried if timed right. Then we go over to their medium attacks, which that has a yellow glow and it cannot be blocked, but it can be parried. Heavy attacks, which will have a red glow and it can be blocked or parried. So if you see any red exclamation point appear over a monster's head, just dodge, just dash out the way, because you will take a heavy blow and it's not going to feel the greatest. You will probably either break your guard and he will probably one-shot you, and he will probably one-shot you. The parrying will take some getting used to because Thorn raises his shield in a slower manner, so it's not the same system as you would see in games like Code Vein, or Dark Souls, or even Mortal Shell. If you time it right, which I had a feeling it took me a long time to figure it out, but if you can click it and get it right to where Thorn raises it in the air before he sets it down to be in a defensive stance, that's when you're able to parry. So be mindful of that if you guys go to download it and you're trying to learn how to parry as well. Time it when he puts it right up in the air, and hopefully the hit connects and you will parry him and break their guard. But my biggest issue with the game, and this is more like a me problem, is the combat. But I didn't realize I must move my cursor to point towards my enemies, so I died a decent amount of times, and maybe a few times of not healing myself when I needed to. This is not the game's issue, this is mainly just a me issue, because one, the game did warn me to plug in a controller, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna use my PC. And as most of the Souls type of games, you do have a sort of a hub area, which is your bonfires. You can pray to them to save your progress and fill up any of your health potions that you have. Now, there's this boss battle that have destroyed me so many times. In my first playthrough of the demo, it took me many tries, but I eventually won and obtained the hammer weapon, which, by the way, hits like a truck and can open up certain areas that are closed off by boulders. The game did have a lot of lagging, stuttering issues, and I kind of got stuck in one buggy animation that I couldn't get out of. That But granted, the game is still in demo, so I believe it will be fixed by the time of its release in 2021. But the lagging and stuttering wasn't too bad. It didn't really affect my actual combat and my survivability in the game. It was just little hiccups here and there. So let's move on to the graphics. And the graphics will remind you of the old Legend of Zelda games like for the Game Boy. It's a top-down camera view as most RPG games that is out to date right now. There's nothing else really special about the graphics. The game mostly excels greatly in its actual gameplay and a beautiful written story about a father trying to just find his daughter and escape his past demons that keep following him. Now, one thing's for sure that really hit home for me was the soundtrack. They made the soundtrack for this game and it's pretty epic, and it keeps you in the setting of almost a Norse or Greek type of mythology setting. The music wasn't too loud that it was overly distracting. It was just nice and subtle beats that were rather enjoyable, and I can't wait for the main game to come out so I can see the official soundtrack. One thing for certain of me, I love my video game soundtracks. It's one of the main things that immerse me in any game. And so I did heavily enjoy the entire playthrough. I am quite a Souls veteran of the genre, and I love playing the many different versions of challenging, brutal RPG games. I get this exciting burst of energy and adrenaline when I play these games, and it keeps me on the edge of my seat. It even keeps me on high alert, and No Place For Bravery delivered that greatly, and it's only a demo. Now keep in mind, you will die a lot. There's no rushing this game. Trust me, I tried. Didn't work out so well. I kept making heavy mistakes that could literally cost you a life. The wrong sidestep and a misplace of a parry will cost you the game, and you will be sent right back to your bonfire. The game will recommend you to play it on a controller due to the control schemes for PC for being a little awkward for some and be a little learning curve to actually make it a better playthrough. I did play the entire demo on PC just to see how it would be for PC players, and it's decent and it could be better. The parrying is a little difficult to master, and it took me a long time to figure it out. And as I make this video, it's still difficult to master or the timing to get it right, because the attacks are either too fast to really counter it, especially in boss battles. Probably once full game comes out, it will be a lot smoother than what we're playing for a week. There was one boss that gave me the hardest time, and it was called Thorn's Nightmare. But I don't want to spoil too much of the story, just in case you guys wants to play for yourself. The game is currently in demo status, so definitely go download it for yourself and play it all the way through. You'll have a good time, trust me. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like the video, and if you love my content and want to see constant RPG and MMO updates and playthroughs, then hit the subscribe button. And until next time, Outcast, this has been your boy KSDTV, signing out. Peace.
I don't wanna break down, I've been losing faith now. I've been in my mind getting used to the pain now. No one else to blame, and it's all on my own. I don't think I'll change, this is all